It's no secret that the internet serves as a hub to discover new restaurants, find takeout, get delivery, and write reviews. Marketing your restaurant can be tricky in today's digital world, with third-party platforms and restaurants vying to get customers to come and dine or take out. You need creative marketing ideas to draw customers in and keep them coming back for more. There's no need any longer to have a third party manage this for you. With Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Pinterest, and your own blog, you have the ability to publish your advertising, your social media, and the posts relevant to your specials, your newsletters, and so on. With this type of access, you can totally cut out the middleman and focus on the customers that are most engaged and energized about your business. So this part of the video today is about various tips and tricks that will help you manage your social media, develop hashtags, create a top list of SEO or search engine optimized keywords that will work for your local SEO, your local situation, and will encourage search engines to drive users in your local area to your business. Also, web design for restaurant and post marketing, and then finally monitoring to see what other people are saying about your restaurant. So that's what today's video is about. Glad you came here to check out what we have available. Feel free to click subscribe and be updated when we have any more additional videos coming out. We've got some more coming out through the month of December here. So please sign up, subscribe, click the like button. Those definitely boost the exposure of the channel, and we appreciate that. Love to see you come here, and as always, your comments are welcome below, and links to the blog as well are in the post here with follow-up on the specific blog posts themselves. So that is what we have on this video today. Thanks for stopping by, and let's get started. Social media marketing is an excellent way to get your restaurant out there to the customers that are most likely to stop by and buy from your restaurant. Coming up with a relatable advertising campaign can be impossible if you don't know who your social audience is. So it's helpful and fun to get to know who your audience is through social media by reading their social media posts, their Facebook, their Twitter, and finding out what they're saying about you. So a lot of restaurants have made this work for them after they've learned these by making appealing advertising off of the social media, but it all starts with the social media. Chipotle, for example, has a strong millennial following, and recognizing that, they generated an advertisement that kept coming up with new ways to pronounce various words in the video. It was very humorous, and it gets a point across. So no matter how you want to pronounce their brand name, their food is still delicious. Millennials, by the way, love to find out new ways to pronounce different types of words. So with Chipotle, their restaurant is now millennials especially, you can't help but think about delicious food when you hear different ways to say the name, Chipotle. But getting back to social media, you want to develop challenges or contests for social media visitors and engagers. Everyone loves winning free stuff, and a social media contest is a fun way to promote your brand, your restaurant. Try a giveaway contest where you ask people to tag their favorite dining buddy. These type of tags can gain more followers. It can boost your brand visibility and get more customers to check out your business. If the visitors never dined with you before, it'll give them a chance to try your restaurant risk-free. So with contests and giveaways, we've got a lead in there. Another way right on the social media is finding out how hashtags work. You know, that pound sign, that way. This is a great tool to have in a creative restaurant marketing ideas. So you ask, why are hashtags so important for your restaurant? They can help build brand awareness, increase engagement, and get customers walking in your doors. So building awareness for your brand is one of the keys to success. When customers see your logo or restaurant name, you want their minds to immediately know what your company stands for, what type of food you serve, and where to find you. If you're consistent in using your hashtag, it'll encourage your followers to use it as well. This increases engagement and builds a community of customers. Once your hashtags gain popularity, you'll begin to grow your customer base and get your online followers walking in your doors. So there are several Chinese restaurants who are very popular, come up with some very popular hashtags in their areas, as well as their own branded hashtag. These local hashtags increase the discoverability of their post and their specific flavor of restaurant, their genre. And it definitely, I've seen their followers grow on their pages, and it really helps. They've said they've had customers come in because they're familiar with the social media buzzing around the restaurant. They wanted to check it out. So these are pro tips. These are the top-notch ways to use social media. Just get started with hashtags that make sense to you, and you'll build a following off that. Once you get into the lingo of restaurants in your area, you can go more pro and targeted with these, like the restaurants that I've worked with here. They definitely have launched into that and are gaining customers walking in the door because of hashtags. So these are the type of things that we all want to see with restaurants, especially with what's going on today. So getting social media and getting someone to walk in the door for delivery or takeout, right on. That's the way to do it. And it also gets recommendations going for your restaurants here. 92% of people trust recommendations from other people over branded content. People don't like salesy content from marketers. That's what we're staying away from this by launching into social media. We're making it the customer's game. They trust their peers. So use content that average people post to promote your brand in the language that your customers talk about your brand. The best part about this is that you can use their content for free. As a restaurant, you'll be more than likely to have tons of user-generated content because people love to take and post photos of their food. Use this generated content and it'll be an indicator of trustworthy or reliable brand. And this is basically like giving your brand, your restaurant, a great review. You got a user putting out their story of their satisfaction with the restaurant. This is a great review. You can't advertise better than this anywhere, and it's free. So let's pull this all together here. The hashtags that make sense to your customers. When you start to learn more about the hashtags, you can focus in on high volume hashtags, ones that are drawing a lot of customers, that are savvy to your particular restaurant, your type of food and your menu. And then start generating different types of ideas. Not only are contests, giveaways fun, but it's fun to create contests that engage users. Here's one. Customers were encouraged to submit photos of cups. This was a Starbucks promotion with a hashtag white cup contest. And of all the users, there'd be a drawing, and the winner would receive $300 as well as have their cup featured. And this worked out really well for Starbucks. They combined a contest with user-generated content and a hashtag. Those two, the user-generated content and then the hashtag that the corporate chose, created a booming restaurant marketing idea. And that's the way to draw this social media together, seen by one of the top performing restaurants in the world. So next up here with hashtags, as it's helpful to start to drill down into those hashtags and find out what the locals are saying about it and what type of hashtags do they use, you want to focus on the local SEO. Now, what does that mean? That's the local search engine optimization. What are the search engines saying about you on maps? What are they saying about mobile users who are seeking your type of food, your menu? What is the search engine's response about you? Is there a response about you? I hope so. That's what you want to have already. If you don't, definitely get that started here as well, of course. But you want to get it focused in even more where you're top of the list and you're beating out the third-party platforms that are vying for these customers just as much as you are. But we're lucky. We're in a position where the search engines favor the source, the local restaurant. If someone's local in the mobile realm, the search engine is going to favor a business that is in that same locality. So by coding your business with your address, your zip code, phone number, and the specifics of your offering of your restaurant, your type of menu, American, Chinese, however you characterize it, Asian, Mexican, seafood, continental, so on. What all the different types of categorizations in tasteful menus that customers have a taste for, you can cater to that in a very targeted way by using the local search engine optimization. This is probably one of the, if you choose any one of these top tips that we're offering here, this is the one to remember. You better make it this one. Local SEO for restaurants is crucial. If you're not showing up when potential customers search in your local area, why even have an online presence? You can't expect to get much for business if you just say pizza and customers are searching for chicken barbecue thin crust. Pizza doesn't cut it. You got to be specific. Get your menu out there. That also helps in the local SEO by saying your address is on there, and then the chicken barbecue thin crust is on the local area in Austin, Texas, or in Fremont, Washington, wherever you are. That's where you want to say you are, and whatever you're serving, put that on your menu so that customers know exactly what they can get and what they're going to get when they order from you. That's credibility. The creating creative restaurant ideas for marketing is not going to be enough to get you into the local SEO. Writing down what you offer and your name and address, that's going to get you in local SEO. If there's anything that you take away from this, take this away from it. Get your information out there and put it on the social media, your blog, your Google profile, and let your customers find you. You can advertise after that, but that's going to cost, that money just goes whoosh. Whereas you get the social media and your blog and everything else in there, posted in there, That's something that's static, it stays there, and you're going to reach your customers today just as much as tomorrow, and so on as it goes. Now, with the local SEOs is you want to post any type of your reviews that are coming from social media. This creates trust with potential customers. Encourage people to review your business on Yelp or Google or Facebook, whatever platform you prefer. There's inevitably going to be bad reviews, but you can manage that. You can make sure that you're constantly monitoring comments and reviews so that you can respond to customers just like you would respond to them in the restaurant who may have had a bad experience, and you do your best to turn that around and make it a positive situation. When even that shows that you take care of the customer online, and that's going to speak volumes there. Now, you don't have to answer every single one and be bending over backwards, of course. Some trolls will soak you into that forever, and that's no need to be bothered yourself with that. And as I kind of hinted at, you'll want to get your address and information. The best place to do that is on Google My Business and local listings. Your Google My Business shows customers when you're open, your address, contact information, and even photos and reviews. Get your business into local listings and then claim it on Yelp. Don't worry about Yelp at all. You may have heard some comments about Yelp one way or the other. It's putting the information out there, so take advantage of it while it's there. And it's no indication it's going away. It's going to be there. So put your restaurant, it's going to be there, show up there also, because that's where the customers are at the end of the day or at the beginning of their meal, searching for what you offer. Make it available on Yelp and Google My Business. These are easy to do. It's very user friendly. Just go in there and claim it on Yelp and claim your business on Google. There's a couple steps involved there, but they walk you through it in a very nice way and make it something that if you can run a business, you can handle these here no problem. So now this gives you consistency. I think a lot of reasons customers don't find businesses because the business is not consistent with their presentation online, and this can be a number one turnaway. If your information is out of date, clearly on a search, double check your website, double check the links that you provide, and check that every detail is correct on your site. And this will keep the customers happy, but even the search engines, they've got back checks, whatever, cross fact checking that if an address is not valid, it'll mark it as such, and it will not be found as often as it could be if the address were correct. Going a little further on that, search engines are constantly crawling websites. They make sure that the websites are still active, and like this address and other information still relevant. If your site hasn't been touched in years, this might give them a reason to give you a lower ranking in your search. But if you're keeping it updated and showing regular posts, changes to the website, those activity are detectable by robots from these search engines, and that data goes back to the search engine console to indicate that your website is relevant and current and offering information that's most likely up to date for customers to use. So this will be a good referral to someone searching for what your website is offering, and the search engine is more likely than to offer your listing in a higher position on the sheet that may show up. So that's going to be the best approach to local SEO. Let's go on with our next big step here is web design for restaurants. This keeping your website up to date is very important and very helpful to search engines, but not just the information, the appeal, making it look like a top-notch restaurant. How would you present how do you want your restaurant to physically look? Do you spend a lot of time making the inside of the restaurant look the way it needs to be for customers to feel comfortable or excited or eager to come into your restaurant and dine there? Sure you do. And if you're offering other types of offerings where that's I know every restaurant, you've all got different approaches, and you all spend a lot of time making your persona, what you offer, the food, the love that you're carrying through, and that food preparation shows in the walls. If those walls could speak, they would tell the story. But that's your job on your website, is to get the walls, the computer screen wall, to speak to your restaurant. And having a top-notch restaurant web design allows you to begin the dining experience even before the customer walks in your establishment. You can use your website to show diners the atmosphere as well as your drink and menu items. You want to make sure that your website is compatible with most mobile devices as well. That it helps in the local SEO, but it also helps in just the general user experience. And make it easy to show up on websites and complex. Not all websites translate perfectly to mobile phones, so there's an extra step in that, but it can be very easily done in any web designing package or with an agency doing it for you. So make sure it's compatible with web and mobile devices. And so, because if someone's hungry and the chances they take the time to pull up the computer, they're slim. They're likely already on their cell phone and smartphone, using it to quickly find a restaurant. So with all those activities set up and rolling and different approaches, you've got all, like I said before, the static approaches that's going to be here today and tomorrow with no additional cost. You can finally start thinking about boosting some of the aspects of your website, of your social media presence, and maybe even your profile, your schedules, your menus, any specials. You can boost any post, for example, about a special you may be having this week. You can boost that in a post in Facebook. Create a sponsored ad that is sponsored by you to show off this special promotion for the week. And you can, of course, send these over to social media, and you're going to, but by posting it on like, for example, on Facebook, you're going to create an advertisement and pay to boost your post. Facebook has a great algorithm for this, and it can help you generate a lot of users and a lot of likes. Now, that's been debated as to whether it's very helpful to get new customers to come in, but the bottom line is you get more likes and more users on your page in social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, even Twitter. You're going to see more customers walking in the door when you're posting specials. They read the feed. If you're liked, your posts are showing up in their feed. So having an advertisement to draw in new users on a special, they will be more likely to pay attention to you in the future when they like you from this ad, and that ad is going to pay off not just on the one click, but on the following future clicks as they plan their dining experience, or if they want to go out to the bar or get some drinks. They may think about their feed and they remember seeing you in there, and then they'll go and come and visit you because of that. I literally have seen that happen. Customers walk in the door because not just the first like, not just the click they made, but because of future advertisements I made in the restaurant that I owned. The customers came in and said, "Oh yeah, I saw your special for today, and we want to check that out, and all the girls are coming in with us to meet us. Can we get a table?" Yeah, this is great. The third post, I got my money. They saw 3 of my posts, and the third one finally got them to come in. So that shows in boosting a post, you may cut through the ice on that first ad where your money was really worth it for those exposures that you got and so many likes that you got. Each cost per new user or new like is well worth it because they are then following you, and the follow up, they're warming up to your offer, to your menu, to your dining room, to your outdoor dining, to your takeout and delivery options. It's fitting it in with customers searching for food on their cell phone, and you show up on their feed on Facebook. They're going, yeah, let's try them. No, I want to wait till Thursday. Oh, let's whenever. They're still seeing you and they're following you. You're building up each time they see you. That's another note of credibility. This credibility flow, this consistency, not in just your website and your information on the internet, but your consistent presence with offers that they are liking. They're wanting to see more of you, and they keep pulling it up. So keep it out. An ad here or there, it doesn't hurt. It's worth the money because you're going to get, if you get some new likes and new users on your social media pages from an ad, it's worth it. So, and that's our post marketing. Finally, what you want to do is monitor how these posts are performing for you. There are lots of different methods on the post marketing that can be helpful, but it's very helpful just to analyze how those posts are performing. When you do that, you get data just as much as you would on creating multiple advertising campaigns. You can monitor your social media, check reviews on various platforms, check comments on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Yelp, and check tagged posts. What are people saying about your restaurant on social media? Just search Google. And all these simple monitoring tools give you the ability to see what customers are saying and what are the key words, the key lingo about your restaurant that you may know already, but it's important to see what the customers know. And getting to know what they know can help you reach them, not online, but even not only online, but also in takeout conversations and delivery conversations over the phone or chatting even with them. You need to double check anything your restaurant is tagged in on these or on any comments that are posted. This is important so you can catch spam comments or correct posts that contain the wrong information. You may have those friendly customers who give you additional information that is helping you correct the way something is listed on a particular post. And if you don't have time to monitor the many comments and posts from a follower, you can hire a social media management company to do it for you. So that covers the first part of our series in creative restaurant digital marketing ideas. We've covered social media campaigns, hashtags, and local SEO, web design and development for restaurants, and then posts marketing by boosting a post through advertising or just through social media posting, reposting, and then monitoring to see what people are saying about your restaurant. We have another part coming up, and that will be available in the next video. It's clicked in the sequence here, so you can sequence on over to it with this one, or pause and view it at another time. Again, please subscribe, and you'll be updated with any new additional videos. We've got lots coming out in this current month here, so it's going to be a high output and well worth the subscribe here. And again, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate all the comments that I have seen, and I will look for more, and you will read those and reply back to you. If you do have any questions, feel free to send that one out there too. adventure.